Hey guys, sorry I look like this. I was not planning on doing a vlog today. I was actually going to post my April Fool's joke that I played on my husband tonight, but there was something on my mind I really needed to get off. Okay, these vlogs that I do, they're for fun. Like, they're for my pleasure. They're for me to keep somewhat of a record of my child's life. Like, they make me want to keep up with the things that are going on with her, with our family. Like, I can look back on these. They're fun for me. Also, they're to give other mothers like an insight into another mother's life. I love watching them because other parents do things differently than we do, obviously, and sometimes it can help to see another point of view or a flip side, you know. So it really helped me, so that's why I got into it. But you know, today, every once in a while, you know, I kind of stick to my list of moms and, well, dads too, I guess, that I like to watch. And today, this afternoon, while Kaylee was playing, which, sorry about the mess in here, Hurricane Kaylee just went to bed. she was a mess today. Oh, I love that kid, but she's such a mess. Anyway, so, and I look bad because it was like running errands, running around town, doing things today. I was not gonna dress up. I put the workout shorts on, t-shirt, hat, you know. I got the mom look going on though. So we went to the fresh market today and got some fresh fruit, and it was a good day. So anyway, waiting for Daddy to get home from work now. But anyway, so here's my rant. And I don't like to rant, but it really just hit me like the wrong way, I guess. So I'm going, you know, through YouTube, just searching, looking for maybe some new vloggers, some new moms, some new baby vlogs, things like that. Well, because, you know, like I said, I do tend to stick to the same people that I watch over and over again, and sometimes I just like a new face, you know. So I'm going through and I find a bunch of like teen moms, which, okay, well, let me say, I'm not against teen moms doing vlogs. That's not my issue. I think it's great if they want to share their experience, because there are other teenagers going through what they're going through, and it's very hard for them. It's very difficult. My you know, I have personal friends and family who have been there, so I know that, you know, it's a good thing for them to share. However, there are some of them that are making it look like it's a baby doll almost. There were some that I watched that, okay, let me say this first. MTV has a show called Teen Mom, and they have 16 and Pregnant, and then they have Teen Mom. I do watch those shows. I hate to admit it, but I do watch them. We don't have cable just because we don't watch much TV. We watch Netflix a lot, but like if I'm at my mom's house, or that's one of the ones that I can watch online, and I will. Every week I watch it online. You know, because, you know, sometimes it's kind of funny to watch. It's, you know, MTV dramatizes it to a certain extent. You know, I don't necessarily believe half of the stuff that's going on there is totally them. I know some of it is coached, and, you know, so I do watch it from time to time, like every week. And I'm kind of ashamed to admit that. But I never really thought about what it could be doing to teenagers today. Like, it's making having a baby look glamorous, almost. I mean, there are a couple of them that you watch it and you're like, oh my goodness, I wouldn't want to have a kid. Are you kidding me? But you see things, you know, like the Amber girl who was beating up her boyfriend, you know, right in front of the baby. And everyone's like making comments about it all over Facebook and talking about it in the magazines. You know, and I'm thinking, guys, do you realize this is a real child? This is a real child going through this, you know? And now they've got the one who they showed, like, smoking crack or something on the porch of the mother's house while the baby was there. I mean, are you kidding me? You know, I'm thinking these poor children, you know, like I think of my little one in bed right now. So MTV makes it look really glamorous. When we were living in Oklahoma City, we knew, like, we had some friends, you know, who had kids in high school. I actually had some high school friends because working at the church with the child care, we had a lot of high school girls who would come in and help. And most of our girls were very well-rounded. They were good girls. They were members at the church and everything. But they knew girls who were purposely getting pregnant to try to be on 16 and Pregnant on MTV. And that is just the saddest thing. It just broke my heart. Like, it broke my heart to think you're going to bring an innocent child into this just so you can be on TV. But then I have to stop and think, these girls are only 15, 16 years old. You know, like, I wasn't thinking clearly when I was 16 years old. I wasn't who I am now, you know, obviously. So anyway, back to the vlogs though. Like, a few of them, I'm kind of sitting back and I'm thinking, okay, well, this is good. You know, they're not making it look glamorous. They're not saying that this is the thing to do. They've made a mistake, or they have, you know, made poor choices or whatever, and now they're showing other teenagers that, okay, I've made a mistake, but I've got to move on, take on responsibility of this child, and do what's right. Now, on the other hand, there are some vlogs that are really disturbing because they're making it sound like they're going to have a baby doll and they're going to get to dress it up, they're going to get to do all these glamorous things, and it just breaks my heart. And I don't know, I mean, like, I kind of wanted to get you guys' opinion. Like, have you seen these? Like, have you noticed? And that more and more are popping up. Like, I became friends with, I'm not going to mention her name right now, but I did subscribe to one of the teen moms because her vlogs are, she's one of those. She realizes that she was too young. You know, she realizes that, you know, not necessarily that it was a mistake. I don't want to say that a child's a mistake, but it wasn't the right season in her life, I guess you could say. She knows that. But now she's taking responsibility. She's really stepping up to the plate. She's doing what she needs to do for herself and her baby. But she has a lot of subscribers who are teen moms. And if you watch their vlogs, it's really sad because they have no reality of what's going on. Like, they have no grasp of what they're about to get themselves into. And it, like I said, it just breaks my heart because, like, Kyle was a youth minister for several years, and, you know, I have my degree in early childhood, but I've worked with older kids through the Celebrate Recovery program that I worked for. And kids are just really dear to us. You know, like, Kyle and I take kids very seriously. You know, obviously, children to a certain extent are helpless up to a certain age. And so we really, you know, just to see this going on just kills me. You know, I'm not saying that a 16-year-old can't have a child and become something. That's not what I'm saying at all, because obviously I know people who have, you know, personally. I'm just saying that I hope that they're not out there doing this for fame, like, to get on YouTube. You know, like, I mean, obviously, like, I do this for the fun of it. I do it because I love to do it. I do it because I love to watch other vlogs, but I'm not doing this obviously for fame for any reason. You know, some of these girls, I feel like they're doing it for fame, and I mean, like, some of these people have like 7, 8, almost 10,000 subscribers, and I'm like, seriously? And it's all teenagers. It's all, and not even teenagers, like, there are some preteens out there. So anyway, I just had to get it off my chest. It really concerned me. It was it was an eye-opener, to say the least. There's another girl, she's a teen mom, she's in college right now, she's juggling college, work, and her baby, and, like, I'm so proud of her. You know, I'm thinking, okay, you know, you've taken something, this happened in your life, you've stepped up to the plate, you know, is her life going to be simple? No, but nobody's as simple. I mean, if it's not a kid, it's going to be something else that throws you for a loop in life. So, you know, I respect those people. I'm just not so sure about some of these kids getting on YouTube and acting like it's no big deal. It's like, oh, what fun, let's do pregnancy vlogs. You know, I'm 15 years old. No, like, you're still a baby, you know? So, I don't know. I just thought I'd throw that out there, and I hope nobody gets furious with me because I've said something. I'm just really scared for some of them. You know, like, it really does scare me. You know, it almost makes me want my husband to get back into youth ministry because I don't know. It just gets to me. It makes me just want to cry. You know, to think of a 15-year-old girl who has the rest of their life ahead of them having to go through this, and most of them are having to do it alone. You know, some of them may start out with the baby's father on their side, but there's a really high chance that he's not going to be there, you know, a few years from now, if even a year from now, you know. So it makes me really sad. Like, I mean, there's no way. I don't know that I could do this without my husband. I mean, I guess I would. Obviously, I love my daughter. But I'm so glad that I have a partner. I have someone to support me and help me through it. You know, I know a lady that adopted a child. She's just a single parent. You know, she just always wanted a child. And she adopted a child. And she struggles, obviously, because she does it on her own. It's very, very hard. She did it out of love. She did it because she wanted a child. But she was older. You know, she was stable. She had her own home. She had a good job. You know, it's just very, very different. Like, my father used to always tell me about seasons of your life. And it's very, very true. You know, it's different for an adult, someone who's already settled, someone who already has a job, someone who's you know, comfortable in life, to have an accident and get pregnant, you know. But for a kid, you know, a 15 or 16-year-old, because they're not going to get to experience all of the things that we got to experience as 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. It's just going to be so different, and it just breaks my heart. So I hope that most of those vlogs are because they want to help other teen moms, and because they realize this is going to be hard. This is not a party. This is not a fairy tale. You know, it's going to be difficult. There's going to be 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning feedings, you know, and a lot of them are going to be on their own, you know, and, or I guess their parent, you know, hopefully they have supportive parents behind them. But, anyways, that's my vlog. I just wanted to see what you guys thought about that. If you guys have noticed kind of it just seems like there's more and more teen mom vlogs coming out. And, you know, like I said, I'm not saying that all of them are bad. I'm just saying that there's some of them that have just been really disturbing to me. So, so anyway, so leave your comments below. I want to see what you guys think. Maybe I'm just lost my mind or something. So anyway, okay guys, thanks, bye.